Hello, my name is Hasan Sorrells, and this is the Leadership Lessons from the Great Books podcast, Shorts. There's no co-host on these Shorts episodes. These are now around 6 to 8 minute long observations, ideas, thoughts, or rants about the literature, philosophy, psychology, and even the theology of leadership. Because listening to me talk about leadership for now around 6 to 8 minutes is still better than reading and trying to understand yet another business book. Even a business book written by a former military commander. If there's one thing that you can say for the doctrines of totalitarian tyrants, they certainly seem to be robustly optimistic about winning the future. When leaders think about tyrants and tyranny, in contrast to thinking about the quote-unquote good guys, one profound difference between those who are on the side of the angels and those who are on the side of the demons is that the bad guys seem to be having much more fun being bad and not really worrying too much about the consequences. Of course, this lack of worry comes about because of a lack of a moral core, a lack of appropriate character, and a lack of ethics. When there's no more governor on the engine of ambition, I guess it's full speed ahead, and damn the torpedoes. But the good guys are always down in the mouth. They're always dour and relentlessly pessimistic. And while this may make them able to face reality with all its slings and arrows and surprises, it certainly doesn't inspire anyone who's looking to be inspired to come over to their side and to join the cause, no matter how righteous, good, and charitable that cause may be. You say you want a revolution? Well, what people really want is to follow happy warriors, happy revolutionaries, and at least leaders with a pleasant and optimistic demeanor and hope for the future. Leaders, you'll win more flies with honey than you will with vinegar. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to tell lies. It just means that you have to find a way, even in times of meaningful growing darkness, to create and espouse an optimistic vision of the future, or at least a doctrine of hope. Otherwise, the totalitarian revolutionaries will win long before they start breaking people's heads open like eggs. They'll start winning in the court of public opinion by promising a utopia that they have absolutely no intention of ever getting even close to delivering. And well, that's it for me. Listen and subscribe to the Leadership Lessons from the Great Books podcast on all the major podcast players that you listen to podcasts on, including iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and even Spotify. And please leave a 5-star review if you like the show. We need those reviews to grow, and it's the easiest way to make sure that this show gets into the ears of the leaders who need to hear it. And of course, tell all your friends. If you want to get started on the leadership path, HSCT Publishing's products and services can help your team do that. Check out our training webinars, coaching services, and more at leadershiptoolbox.us. We also have a video-based subscription service, that's software as a service, that can help your team become better at the individual level. 60 modules and over 100 hours of video and written content for you at LeadingKeys.com. That's LeadingKeys.com. We've also got books that will help you and your team grow. Pick up a copy today of My Boss Doesn't Care, 100 Essays on Disrupting Your Workplace by Disrupting Your Boss, and subscribe to the Little Red podcast I launched earlier this year with the same name as that Little Red book. My most recent book is 12 Rules for Leaders, the Foundation of Intentional Leadership. Co-written with contributions from Bradley Madigan, this is the book for right now that was written for leaders right now. Pick up a copy by heading over to 12rulesleadersbook.com/now. That's 12rulesleadersbook.com/now. You pay for shipping, and you'll get a copy of my second book as well. Finally, you can get all these books in paperback, hardcover, or as ebooks on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kobo, and any other place online you order books. Finally, HSCT Publishing is on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the video version of the Leadership Lessons for the Great Books podcast on the HSCT Publishing channel on YouTube. Just search for HSCT Publishing and hit the subscribe button. You'll get our weekly video updates, which is the video version of this podcast. And, of course, you're going to want to subscribe to my other podcast. That's right, I do more than one. The Hassan Sorrells Presents audio experience, where I talk more casually with a broader range of people about all matters that matter in the world today, from arts all the way to analytics. All right, that's it for me.